And joining us now to talk more about the year-round educational opportunities is Josh White, Executive Director of Producer Education for NCBA. Josh, I'm always amazed at how topical the sessions are each year at Cattlemen's College. What reaction do you get from other attendees?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really strong. You know, we try to read the tea leaves, so to speak, and be fluid in how we plan that each year. We certainly have ideas from the previous year, from the surveys we send out to producers asking, you know, what did you like most and what do you want to hear about next year? And then we try to be flexible and have a few spots that we leave open to as far along as our meeting and events team will let us when they have to print everything. Yeah. And be a little bit flexible. A great example of that this year, we had a session that we left open and we ended up putting in a trade spot there with Kent Backus from our DC office and then Dan Hallstrom from USMEF. And we had done a similar session and a webinar with them the previous year, and it was really well received. But so much had changed in that 9 months since the webinar that we felt like that was a great issue to tackle again, and that was one of our highest rated sessions this year.
Yeah, you all do a great job, and obviously the session has come and gone for this year, but it's important to note that people can catch these sessions online. Is that right?
That's right. So if you attended and you obviously you can't make it to every session because we have concurrent sessions going on, and you want to go back in and view some of those, you should have received a link that'll get you into all the recorded sessions. You can also visit the Producer Education tab at beefusa.org and find Cattlemen's College under there, and there's a pay-to-play session. So you can pick and choose a session for a small fee and watch it, or you can pay a little more and have access to all of them. And you know, I know some people complain about paying, but it's still cheaper than if you took the time to go to Nashville and attend. And so we try to strike a balance there to make the content available and also honor the folks that spent the money to get there in person.
Well, and they're just valuable sessions. I know I have made some personal changes in our vaccination protocol based on one of the sessions I went to this year, and it's absolutely valuable what they share in those Cattlemen College events. So let's talk about other opportunities for education, and one of the things that you've done a lot of is online webinars. Is that right?
Yeah, that's something fairly new the last few years. We try to do one at least quarterly, and we change the topics on that as well, similar to our philosophy on Cattlemen's College. We try to balance out academics, industry, and producers on those webinars, just different, you know, let producers out in the country hear from different subject matter experts or some of their own, you know, compadres out in the country and what they're doing. But we've recently done one on genetics. We try to do a genetics focus each spring, and you can go back in and watch those. They are recorded. Again, go to the Producer Ed tab at beefusa.org, scroll down to Cattlemen's webinar series, and you can find all the details. And then I know we're planning several more business-oriented webinars for late spring and summer, so keep your eyes peeled for those.
It's a great way to get that education.
And those are free.
Yeah,
so.
And one of the other popular things at NCBA convention is the cattle handling and stockmanship demonstrations, and I understand there are opportunities this year for you to engage in those kind of sessions over time throughout the year. Tell us more about that.
That's right. So for those that come to convention, that is always a really popular place, and this year it was just jam-packed with Kurt Pate and Ron Gill doing those sessions. We've switched up things a little bit, so many people may be familiar with the local stockmanship and stewardship events that we've sponsored through the BQA program over the years with Ron and Kurt, and Dean Fish coming on doing some for us too. Those you know, have been sort of cost share with BQA coordinators or state affiliates, people that want to put on an event locally. Thanks to the partnership we have now with Beringer Ingelheim, we're doing some more regional events where several states are working together to do a larger event. So it'll include the stockmanship training, but the stewardship part is blown out a little bit more. You know, we'll have more opportunity to talk about grazing management, resource management, health management. There'll be quite a bit of additional training, as well as BQA certification incorporated into all of those regional events. So the place to go for that information is stockmanshipandstewardship.org, spelled out all the way, stockmanshipandstewardship.org. And we have events scheduled for California, Mississippi, Colorado, Nebraska, all across the country, and we'll be doing, again, 5 or 6 of those a year is the plan.
Outstanding. Josh, thank you so much for your time and all you're doing to help us all sharpen our axes.
Yep. Well, we're just here to provide resources for our members and for the industry.
Thank you. As Josh mentioned, all the Cattlemen's College sessions can be accessed through the Cattlemen's College online campus. Just visit beefusa.org for details and information about the full range of producer education programs.